Hello, welcome to Dundro's podcast. I'm your host, Justin. So, today we're reviewing another MCU movie. I know people are probably getting bored of me talking about MCU movies, but you know what? I'm in the mood to watch MCU stuff because I don't know why. Maybe because I've been looking at, I'm beginning to hero clicks, and the only starter sets which I'm gonna need a starter set because I need the copy of the rule book, so I'm not constantly reading stuff online, reading the rules online, and having to jot it down into like my notebook, so I can just have like a thing I can carry around with me, right? And most of the I don't know what's going on. Like, did DC like piss off the Whiz kids? Cause like I look everywhere, and the only recent starter sets are all Marvel, and it's all MCU stuff, like What If, WandaVision, crap like that. So yeah, because of that, I've been in the mood to watch MCU stuff. So I'm finally doing a review for Avengers: Infinity War, which I actually saw this film in theaters. I think besides from Shang-Chi, right? This was like the last Marvel film, MCU film that I watched in theaters, right? And I gotta say, this film blew me away at the time, right? And it's directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, starring Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, Benedict Cumberbatch, Josh Brolin as Thanos, pretty much everybody from the Guardians of the Galaxy and everybody in the MCU was in the movie, right? It was a huge crossover film. You got to see a lot of your favorite characters in this film. I think the only people who weren't in the film were Ant-Man and the Wasp and their characters, right? Which they're in the sequel. Or at least Ant-Man is. Which I never saw at Endgame. Because it got bad reviews, right? So, the movie is basically an adaptation of Jim Starlin, George Perez's Infinity Gauntlet, which Ron Lim did like the last two issues. Nobody gives Ron Lim credit. He's a very good artist, man. No, what's up with people not giving him his due? But whatever, right? So, the story is basically after the events of Thor Ragnarok, their ship gets attacked by Thanos and his minions because Loki felt the need to steal the Tesseract, right? Which is actually one of the Infinity Stones. So Thanos kills Heimdall, kills Loki, and leaves Thor for dead, only for him to be found and saved by the Guardians of the Galaxy. While that's going on, Thanos' minions attack Earth. You see Iron Man team up with Doctor Strange and Wong and Spider-Man, and they end up going into space to fight and kill Thanos, right? While that's going on, Vision and Scarlet Witch get attacked by more of Thanos' goons because obviously Vision has one of the Infinity Stones. I forget which one. So does Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has the Time Stone. Even though in the comics, I'm pretty sure the Time Stone, the Soul Stone was the green one, but here it's the Soul Stone was a different color, right? Yeah. So basically, what happens? You get to see three different perspectives of what's going on in this event, where all of our favorite superheroes are teaming up to fight Thanos and stop him from collecting all the Infinity Gems, because he wants to use them to do if you've seen the memes, to do the snap, so he can like wipe out half the universe, right? Because because him and some planets in the universe have died from starvation, right? Uh, which that's not exactly how that would work. The reasons why, if you know anything about psychology, right? Which well, I don't know if this is confirmed, but the reason why genocides happen, is because from food shortages, and genocides happen continue until like until there's enough food to meet the population, right? So any like any like food like shortages on planets would eventually like balance themselves out. You wouldn't need you wouldn't have like, oh, there's a food shortage, everybody kills each other to the last man. Like, that would not happen. That doesn't happen typically in genocides. But I could be wrong. I saw like a 3-hour course on this on YouTube for background for like a movie review I saw, which was called Genocidal Organ, which also deals with the psychology behind like genocides and why they happen, right? Which, if you haven't seen Genocidal Organ, it's actually a really good movie based off a book by deceased sci-fi author Project Ito. Which, I have one of his books, I should review at some point, which he did the adaptation for Metal Gear Solid 4, the book adaptation. I'm going to review it at some point. Yeah, so, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. Right, you actually, for a long time, there hasn't been, when this movie came out, there hasn't been a good MCU movie as good as this, besides from like Avengers: Civil War and the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This is like a movie where you finally got you got to see the characters actually take things seriously, right? And I take things seriously, though there were dumb jokes here and there. Also, Peter Dinklage has a small cameo in the film as a dwarf. One of the dwarves who made like made like the Uru metal weapons that the Asgardians use, right? So like Thor could get a new hammer, even though we already established in Ragnarok, hey, his power comes from within, not like not from a hammer, right? But he needed a new hammer to like take out Thanos, which he has like a couple fights with Thanos in the movie, right? Also, there's like a subplot where like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk gets his ass kicked by Thanos and is too scared to come out, right, throughout the movie. So like they give Mark Ruffalo the Hulkbuster armor, which I think first appeared in like Avengers: Age of Ultron, which apparently Hulk got blasted into space in that movie, which I don't remember that. But then again, Age of Ultron was a really shitty movie, and I was super pissed off that they killed off they killed off fucking Quicksilver in the movie that they fucking premiered him in or whatever. You know what I mean? Like his first appearance, which is like cocksucker. Which, if people don't know, Quicksilver is one of my favorite, besides from Hank Pym, who also kind of got the shaft in the MCU. Quicksilver is another like character that I like, right? He's in probably my top 5 favorite Avengers, right? Why? Because he's another Vegeta clone in the MCU, in the Marvel comics. Even though Vegeta probably came later, but I don't know. I like characters that remind me of Vegeta. Which, Toriyama is somewhat a fan of superhero comics, so sometimes I wonder if, like, Vegeta wasn't inspired by characters like Namor or Quicksilver. because personality-wise they're very similar, and they have like very similar hairlines. Well, not Quicksilver, but like Namor does. Which Namor is supposed to be in Wakanda Forever, which they say the Wakanda Forever line. That's another MCU movie I never saw. All right, Black Panther. So yeah, this is probably in the top 3 greatest MCU movies, ever, and probably would be in the top 10 best superhero movies of all time. Even though they did like even though they did like kind of screw up like the Infinity Gauntlet, because they fucking they name dropped. I'm pretty sure they hinted at or name dropped like Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and they're finally going to in like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they're finally going to have Adam Warlock after they killed Thanos, which is like, what's even the point of fucking bringing Adam Warlock? Adam Warlock was literally created. Well, he wasn't literally created and if you read the Jim Starlin comics, which I think Jim Starlin didn't actually create Adam Warlock, but Jim Starlin took the Adam Warlock character and made him made this backstory that he was created by the universe to fight and kill Thanos, right? That the whole if you watch my Adam Warlock review, Adam Warlock fights this evil version of himself called Magus, who has who's purple and has a silver afro, which the whole reason that Magus was created so he could kill Thanos, and Warlock actually has to team up with Thanos to kill Magus, right? Which was pretty cool. But yeah, it's such a shame that Adam Warlock, who's a really cool character, they're gonna introduce him after they killed Thanos, and then they got Will Poulter to do it, to play him, and Will Poulter, good actor, but too he's not. He says he's getting ripped, but I don't see him being a good Adam Warlock. Then again, who's a good anything, right? They should have got Chris Hemsworth's younger brother to play Adam Warlock. What's his name? The guy who dated Miley Cyrus. What's his name? Liam Hemsworth, I think. I know he has 2 brothers, I think, Luke and Liam. Yeah, Liam Hemsworth would have been great, and he looks different enough from Chris Hemsworth that you wouldn't necessarily know that that's Chris Hemsworth's brother. It wouldn't be too distracting, especially when you put the gold paint on him and give him long hair, the green eyes or whatever. Yeah, does Adam Warlock have green eyes? I can't remember. But yeah, this movie's an 8 out of 10. You have fantastic action scenes, fantastic melodrama. You got great character interactions with Doctor Strange and Tony Stark butting heads. The same thing with with Star-Lord, and the whole all the scenes with Gamora and Thanos were fantastic, very very beautifully acted, right? Zoe Saldana does a great performance as Thanos' daughter, where he you see them you see Gamora kill Thanos, and it turns out it's an illusion made by the Rally Stone, but the crying that she did was was like wow, like so real, man. Like, it made you like it really sold like the drama of the scene, right? Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's 8 out of 10. Next, we're going to review the shitty, the shitty sequel, Avengers Endgame. All right. All right, guys. Peace.